Coming up on DC News Now at 4, a new report detailing the moments a metro train went off the rails back in 2021. What's now being done to stop it from happening again.
All is quiet for now ahead of Saturday's storm system. We'll let you know the latest on what is to come this weekend.
Plus, millions in the DMV now preparing for that weekend winter weather. How your leaders are getting ahead of the storm to keep you safe.
Then we're hearing from the Prince George's County Chief of Police, and his department sees a spike in violence in the new year.
And the cold shouldn't keep you from enjoying Virginia's beautiful state parks. We're helping families make the best of the great outdoors and stretching your dog.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us on this Thursday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. We'll get to those top stories in just a few minutes, but first let's take a look outside. Winter weather system now making its way into our area this weekend. We're watching that.
Oh, it feels like the real winter is here. Taking a live look outside right now at the National Cathedral. Of course, cloudy skies, chilly conditions. A bit windy out there this afternoon. Let's check in with meteorologist Damon Matson with the first look at our forecast. And Damon, what's to come, my friend?
Well, guys, all is relatively quiet for now, but all eyes are focused, of course, on that storm system for Saturday. But as you go about your Thursday evening, let's put it this way, folks, there's not too much you'll have to contend with. But, oh yeah, you saw the camera shaking out there. We have had some breezy winds throughout the day. Those are continuing, at least for the next few hours. Wind speeds 10 to 20 miles per hour, certainly going to make that chilly air feel that much colder. But at least the good news here is that some of the cloud cover that we were dealing with all day long is finally starting to break up. But that clear sky, it's going to have a little bit of an opposite effect for us as we go into the overnight hours, folks. We're starting to build in some colder air across the region as temperatures really take a tumble under clear skies and with calmer winds in place tonight. We could end up with lows by tomorrow morning in the teens and 20s across the area. So downright cold to end the week, and some of this colder air is going to play a role as that storm system makes its way here on Saturday. As we have that colder air in place, it's what's going to lead to some parts of the area seeing that wintry precipitation, as all precipitation types are on the table for Saturday. Snow, freezing rain, sleet, and then some locations will change over then to some heavier rainfall later in the day. So multiple threats in play, but exactly where are these different precipitation types going to set up? We're going to have a full look at that setup for Saturday's storm system and more coming up in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, new tonight, we're learning more about what the National Transportation Safety Board says likely caused the Metro train derailment in Arlington more than 2 years ago near the Roslyn station.
Our investigation determined the wheels on the fourth rail car of train 407 migrated outward to the point where they exceeded the width of the track. This caused the train to derail 3 times and re-rail twice.
And according to the report, the derailment happened just before 5 p.m. on October 21st, or on October 2021. The train 407 carrying 187 passengers while it was leaving the Roslyn station and heading to the Arlington Cemetery station on the Blue Line. NTSB officials say the derailment was linked to what it calls wheel migration.
Now today, NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy said Metro was made aware of the migration issue. Despite that knowledge, though, she says Metro kept nearly 2/3 of their 7,000 series train cars in service, choosing only to fix the remaining third of cars. Now she's calling this issue a complete systemic failure.
Shortcomings in WMATA's internal communications, in its recognition of hazards, its assessment of risk from those hazards, and its implementation of corrective actions are all evidence of an ineffective safety culture within the organization.
WMATA has reportedly made improvements since the derailment to ensure proper monitoring of similar incidents.
In a statement today, Metro thanked the NTSB for its analysis and says that they are confident their wheel set replacement program will address the wheel set defect as it works on the 7000 series wheel sets in the next few years. Metro's union, meanwhile, says that they're thankful there were no fatalities or serious injuries. And a commuter alert tonight. A major phase of construction along the GW Parkway is now complete, just in time for the winter weekend storm.
Our Randy Bass checked in with crews today about what drivers can expect along that busy route.
A lot of things look the same after major construction here along the GW Parkway, but it's what you don't see that makes a big difference. The National Park Service says new pavement, drainage systems, and reinforced rock walls will make for a smoother, safer route.
Trying to keep the same character and feel, but making sure everything is just as safe as possible for motorists.
The GW Parkway southbound lanes between the Beltway and Route 123 are now complete after months of road work and commuter headaches. This weekend, drivers will see traffic patterns shift onto these new southbound lanes so they can start the same work over on the northbound side. Drivers are asked to stay vigilant.
And the most important thing is trying to adhere to that speed limit of 40 miles per hour. If they're going slow, they should be able to then see the new traffic pattern, ride it a few times, get comfortable with it.
Another thing to keep an eye on when it comes to getting around on the Parkway, this weekend's forecast. New protocols this year will shut down the northern section of the Parkway several hours before any forecasted snowfall greater than 2 inches or any forecast including ice or freezing rain. Be sure to check for updates along your route before heading out the door. Along the GW Parkway, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. To Alexandria and the proposed site of the stadium for the Capitals and Wizards, a newly formed group called Coalition to Stop the Stadium at Potomac Yard is sounding the alarm on the project. The group says that the project is overpromising in terms of economic benefit to the region. They say that the area roads and railways can't handle 20,000 visitors on any given game night, and that they say that people of the city should have been consulted before the deal was made with Monumental Sports and Entertainment.
And we've dug into a lot of the published literature, and if you speak to any of them, they will tell you that the research pretty much universally says that sports venues do not provide a net economic benefit.
We're going to have more on the group's opposition and how they're making their voices heard. That's coming up on DC News Now at 5. And new video tonight showing the moments after a car plowed into a Chase Bank next to the Pentagon City Metro. It happened last night at around 7 p.m. and police say a man was driving the car when he attempted to make a turn and it went off the roadway, struck a man, and then crashed into the bank. The pedestrian was taken to the hospital and is said to be in stable condition. The driver was not injured and remained on scene. An investigation into the crash continues.
Well, new details tonight in the bitter battle over food assistance for more than 100,000 people in the district. They'll now get the additional money they were promised. But the major question tonight is for how long? The Bowser administration did a 180 last night, reversing course, avoiding a legal confrontation with City Council. Our political and government reporter Leonard and Fleming joining us live now with the latest.
Yes, Mark and Annalisa, nearly 138,000 people in the district receive these SNAP benefits, and they say these are very needed funds given the tough economic times. But city council members, they wanted to take the mayor to court because she said no to additional funding, but she's backed down for now. Mayor Bowser says she took advice from her Department of Human Services director to continue the SNAP funding at least until September. This week, council threatened to sue her administration over providing the SNAP funding, which they mandated should be continued if the district had a budget surplus. The mayor says she is still concerned about budget constraints. But Rosa Fabian of D.C. says district officials need to know how critical these benefits are to people like her.
The benefits are very important. As a single mom, we really need those benefits to pull through and move forward. Also, everything is going up higher, and it just makes it harder for us who are on single parents on benefits, cash assistance.
District officials have to figure out a long-term solution, they say, and we will stay on top of this issue for you. Reporting from the Wilson Building, Leonard and Fleming, DC News Now Back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. A new measure would require that Virginia pay its public school teachers at or above the national average. Well, this comes after a state report found that higher pay could encourage more people to teach in the Commonwealth. According to the latest data from the National Education Association, the average Virginia teacher makes just over $61,000 a year, more than $5,000 below the national average. However, because the data is from 2021-2022, it doesn't include recent pay raises adopted by several states, including Virginia. Currently, law only encourages Virginia to pay teachers competitively, but advocates want it to be mandatory.
We have been losing teachers, after COVID and during COVID. So many teachers have just been leaving Virginia, primarily due to other states being more competitive or just Virginia not stepping up to the plate. We have delivered some raises in the last 2 years. Sadly, that still didn't even get us to the national average.
The bill would also ensure school support staff are paid at or above the national average.
Also new this afternoon, a report finds that last year's holiday spending reached a new record. That's according to Adobe Analytics. Online spending rose by 5% to $222.1 billion between November 1st and December 31st. That's compared to a $10.4 billion increase in 2022. Electronics, toys, and apparel dominated consumer spending, and most shoppers used the buy now, pay later payment option during the holidays. Mobile shopping also surpassed desktop shopping.